Well, you know, we are welcoming a brand new one-day special, but also a brand new event, of course, for Hochanda here. We finished kind of the big save and we are moving on to full extravaganza. And what that means is, of course, that every item above £5 you can flexi buy it. Yes, items above, you know, it could be £6, it could be £10, it could be £15. And flexi buy means that you can spread the cost in interest-free payments, and that. Sorry, we start not very well. Well, we end in the year, so it's kind of anyway. Anyway, that will last until the 15th of January. But of course, the brand new one-day special, amazing Rowandean, and of course the amazing Katrina is here in the building. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. Very well.
Did you have a lovely Christmas?
Yeah, really good.
Good, excellent. Yes. Now, of course, you are bringing us the most beautiful brand new one-day special.
That's right. I was so excited to do this. This is based on springtime, on all the fabulous colours and plants that we're looking forward to. Absolutely. In the next few months.
Now, so I need to tell you that on the website, jump ahead to the website to make your orders. The graphics are working out. Still, we have got elves in the gallery. Not elves, you know, the Christmas elves, you know. So jump ahead to the website and you can see exactly what we have got. Now, the one-day special, I need to tell you, is a bumper one. It's a bumper one that is, we were talking with Katrina that it's been about almost a year since we have had a bumper one-day special. It consists of 3 bundles inside here. We have got the car kit with the spring elements, of course. Then we have got the spring bulbs. And it includes the embroidery display,
hoop,
the
yes.
embroidery hoop. And then we have got the play around peg. Of course, for details of that one, we are going to have the, you can see there, the item number is 327940. £47.85 is your price. Now, Katrina, you were talking about the colours. Of course, they inspire you.
They do really inspire me. And it's the plants that I love for springtime. So the design for the cards is based on primroses and tulips and grape hyacinth and snowdrops and bluebells, all those lovely splashes of colour in the garden that appear. And I think any card with those kind of combinations on would be loved to give as a thank you, or just to cheer somebody up.
I think that's such a beautiful way of doing, because yes, it's a card, but then if I got one of them, I'd most definitely frame it.
I think you could frame it, or you could make it into a heart, or you know, you could make it into a soft sculpture that you can hang. So there are lots of possibilities, not just the cards.
Indeed, and of course it's just the fact that you are getting the cards included, the envelopes as well. You are getting the printed, is it tweed?
This is our tweed that's woven for us. So it has 6 different designs on there, so that you've got a basic outline to create the design. Just a starting point, that's great. And then you work all 6 and then cut them up and decide to put them in the cards or make a hanging or a piece of soft sculpture.
Absolutely. And of course we have got instructions on how to do that. This is one of the bundles that you are getting. You're not choosing one out of these 3. You are getting all 3 of them. Then you are getting, of course, the play around one.
This is an idea that we started last year, where you get a collection of fabulous colours and 2 pieces of fabric. One's cotton here and one's wool, and then you can experiment with the colours, create your own design, use perhaps work on a couple of stitches, but you've got a whole collection of colours that are going to work together and produce a lovely design.
If I, for instance, like people like me might have crafters, I may have stamps. Could we stamp onto the cotton and tweed and do that?
Definitely.
So that could be like kind of a perfect way to incorporate your stamps. Even maybe dies and outline them, and then of course the beautiful yarns and threads that Katrina has incorporated in this play around. And then we have got the spring bulbs with the kit, which is of course the one that comes in with the embroidery hoop. this is a display one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, not to actually do the stitching. So when you finished it, it's quite exciting to frame the piece. And I think in the display hoops, they look good.
They look absolutely stunning, and of course you have got the kind of hanging element as well.
That's
here.
right. That's right.
It's absolutely stunning with that tweed printed element, and of course all the threads already kind of numbered. If you can see it here, you can see the numbers, and as well as the instructions on exactly how to achieve the finished result. Right, this is the one-day special. It is a phenomenal one-day special. I don't know about everybody out there, but I personally, and everybody that has, have talked today, we are looking forward to this new year with brightness and colorful and something to do for the first month. And this is absolutely perfect. Approaching 10% of the one-day special already gone. You are saving £6. Remember that it's actually I see it as 3 one-day specials bundled together. One with cards, which you can make a beautiful 6 cards. Then you have got the beautiful spring bulbs, the embroidery frame in here with embroidery hoop, and then the play around kit. 327940 is your item number. It is fabulous. The quality as well of your kits, Katrina, everything is thought to the little detail.
It is. I mean, I just love good quality threads. I like beads as well. I like a little sparkle and sequins. So all the materials together allow you just to play with the threads and play with the organzas and just create a fabulous collection of stitching and colour. Really.
Indeed, they are. The one-day special approaching 10% of the stock. 10% actually, not approaching, but actually 10%. We are there already. And now, another brand new today for you is the Bluebells Glade. Did I say it correctly? Glade, yeah. Did I?
Well, this is a nice size if you're starting out or you want to add it to some scrapbooking, or it's a nice size piece that you can sit and stitch, and it's got those lovely. The bluebells are just so iridescent when the sun's shining. And then the tree in the distance. So, here we're using organza just to create the background, so it's going to be distorted and frayed. And then just all our stitching is very easy. So we, a couple of French knots, maybe a few straight stitches, and a couple of lazy daisies. So that will give you all, the stitches to create a fabulous piece.
It is absolutely amazing, and £9.99 is the price. Of course, the frame isn't included, but £9.99. Flex extravaganza, you can split the cost into interest-free payments, so which means that you would be paying, is it $4.99? No, actually you would pay £5 each month, $4.99 and then £5. 849002 is your item number. I mean, seriously, maths and me, no. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Now, again, we have got bluebells in here, don't we?
We've got bluebells and we've got some crocus there. So the idea of this design, it's called spring. If you're just looking at an orchard or a field or a wild garden, you've got those colours, the daffodils and the blues of the crocus there. So again, it's easy stitching, but it's got the daffodils are created with a piece of organza. So you stitch the inner picture, which has the print, and then you've got the organza to apply the motif after. So it sort of becomes 3-dimensional.
So we have got the printed here, and then with the printed organza as well. So that is to go in this bit here,
That's right?
So then kind of you have got your own technique of how to burn the edges around?
That's right. Hopefully tomorrow we'll have a go at that, and you can cut round the motif with scissors, but I think it gives probably a sharper outline if you use a hot needle.
And we get, is it a chenille needle?
A chenille, yeah. So it's one where the eye of the needle is quite large. So it means when you're using wool or you're using a different texture, it's easy to thread as well as the finer threads.
And of course we have got, I love how you give us all the threads nicely labelled as well.
I think that's part of the, well, when you get a design, you just want to stitch. You just want to get on with that project. So if they're numbered and they're organised, you know, I tend to use lots of colours, you know, like all the lilacs there for the crocuses. You know, you'll get a lot of shades of purple. So better that it's on a card.
It is. And of course you are getting those ever important instructions on different stitches. And I love that you give us diagrams exactly how to do them. Right, if you want to go for this kit, 494069 is your item number. £16.95 is your price. Remember that you can flexify because we are in Flextravaganza, which means that you can spread the cost in interest-free payments, even on anything above £5. Then we have got the Bluebells and Wild Garlic kit, £13.99. Again, you can flexify. I adore this one. Look at the way that you achieve the different plants with different stages.
It's you know, the ferns. To me, that's if you're in a woodland, and you know, everything is really quite bright colours. And there you've got the bluebells, and then a couple of the wild garlic looks stunning. You know, being a different shape and different textures in a woodland. And then you've got ferns. But it really, again, it's straight stitch in different directions, and a few French knots there.
Of course, the French knot.
You're going to have those. You got to have them.
£13.99 is the price. 215448 is your item number. And then we have got Bluebells in not anywhere, but in the Cotswolds. I mean, that's rather posh.
It's a lovely part of the world.
It is.
It's really lovely. So here we've got a little landscape where you're just looking at the trees, and you've got the bluebells in the distance, and then you're creating a little bit of the bluebells in the foreground there.
It's absolutely stunning. I love this one. It feels like a miniature.
Yeah.
And that has got that delicate nature of it. £12.95, and yes, you can flexify because we are in Flextravaganza. 270866 is your item number. One of my favorite, all-time favorite projects from Katrina is the needle case, because it's just so it's like a book, a soft book.
It is just like a textile journal, or you know, you can add to it. You can do a little bit each day, or you can add other projects into there. So it is hand-dyed felt, so that's included, and then you'll also get 2 little designs to create part of the picture. And so you can build the pattern as you wish, whether you want to use all the colours or some of the ideas on the ideas sheet just to decorate and enhance the pages. So it's a lovely project.
It is indeed, and of course the felt feels so beautiful.
It is. So it's very soft, very soft.
It is. Sometimes felt can be a little bit, you know, itchy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But this is just soft and tactile, a beautiful project. I like the idea of making it into a journal, a soft journal. £23.95 is your price. 995,499. Remember, we just inaugurated Flextravaganza, so you can flexify anything on over £5. Then, ever popular, the amazing organza fabric. We have got the assorted colors here. Already I look at these ones and I see a rainbow of colors. It's just absolutely stunning. £10.99. Do we use these in for different flowers, different textures?
Yeah, I think if you want to do a project that's much bigger, you know, in the kit some of them are made for that design. So if you want some larger pieces to create a really big panel, then you've got those, and you could create the brights ones has just got some fabulous oranges and pinks and yellows. You know, you've got lots of colours, and that will create new colours when you overlay the organzas.
Absolutely, yeah, because that transparency means that they mix and blend, and
great.
You know, create even more colours. Now, if you want yours, £10.99, and even if you just wanted that, you can flexify it. 118313 was the item number. Then we do have got the autumn colours here. Now, this one is actually our Molly. Voice in my ear, it's her favorite.
All right.
She likes the deeper, rich jewel tones.
Lovely. And the terracottas as well, really nice.
It's like rubies and kind of gorgeous terracottas, as you were saying. The sunset.
It's just such a change from the summer when you get those rich colours and rich tones.
Absolutely gorgeous colours. Now we have got those beautiful organzas. If you wanted 11 pieces in total, and £10.99, 989853 is your item number. And moving on to the bright, the landscape colours here. I'm going to open it a little bit more because you have got them here beautifully displayed. This is spring.
It is, and it's got colours that you could use for water. Absolutely. And the water's edge, as well as all the shades of green, and just lovely.
And then we have got, of course, the yellow, the sunshine, the sky, the seaside. You know, it's just so many beautiful shades in here. Well, to be precise, it's 10 beautiful shades, as well as the brown for the forest.
Yes,
it could be, I love that. Or it could be the sand or the rocks by the seaside.
Absolutely.
I love that idea. £10.99 is your price. 675623 is your item number. Now we do have got also the 5 quarters. We have got different options of colors. This is embroidery cotton fabric. Now, what does it mean, embroidery cotton?
Well, it's the same fabric that we use in the cream version to stitch for all our kits, but it's just a fabric that's coloured, and that you could use either for furnishings or to decorate a notebook. You know, it's lovely to stitch on, and you could use it actually. You can machine it together. You know, you can make cushions, etc. out of it.
It does feel quite heavyweight.
It is, and it's got sort of like one side got a slightly different colour than the other side, so you can mix and match the two surfaces. I think that was quite interesting to do that.
And also it feels slightly like one side is more like almost like velvety.
Yes.
Yeah, so you have got that as well. So you have got different options. It's a 5 quarter that you're buying. Remember, this is a heavyweight embroidery cotton. It's not a quilting cotton. It's very different. It feels definitely very different. $12.99, and the different color options, you can see them on the website if you wanted to see. But we can say we have got, of course, kind of a terracotta colors, more mauves, more beautiful cream, greens and blues as well there. $12.99 is your price, and 246064 is your item number. Now we do have got more on the website, but of course we have got the stand of cottons, the skeins of beautiful embroidery cotton. Now the colors will vary, but you are going to get most definitely the same amount, and you have got some variation in terms of the cottons, and then of course the different finishes in there. You are going to get 12 skeins, and then a little sash of beads and sequins and all those goodies that of course Katrina likes to incorporate to add detail, shine and effect and texture to her project. So why not invest in that? Now 20% already has gone, and remember, Flex Extravaganza recently inaugurated means that you can split the cost. Even if it's $9.99, you can split the cost. 103185 is your item number. Right, Katrina, over to you.
Over to me, that's great. Oh, I'm going to start with the card kit, the first demo. Okay. So this is, I've got 6 designs on here, all based on the springtime. So the nice thing about this design is they're not going to take too long to complete. You're going to be able to work one of these fairly quickly, and they're all slightly different and fun to do. And it's the colours. I'll just show you the colours, because the colours are just fabulous. We've got in the collection here, so we've got quite a lot of stranded threads. We've got some variegated threads. We've got lovely metallic threads to create that shine. And then we've also got some wools, some metallic threads, as well as the thread for the beads. So you've got a lot to play with there. There should be enough colours to work through all the designs with lots left over. I think that's good. You know, if you've got a few left over, you can add to the design. It's, you know, you can get carried away with one design. So there'll be plenty there to work all the 6 cards. So if I just take my hoop, you know, for this design, I'm going to start with the tulips and the Delft design here. The tulip has got an outline printed on the fabric, and I find that it's quite good to have your work in the spring hoop. So this is one that's a working hoop. So it's got a plastic ring, and then you place the fabric over the top and just gently alter the tension on the spring, and that's going to keep your work really quite taut. Yeah. And you can move it around your work as you're working around each design.
And it makes it so much easier without the spring action, doesn't it?
I think it's, well, you can adjust the tension much easier. So if your design, the fabric changes a little bit, all that you need to do is just push the fabric and just squeeze the spring, and it'll take it all back to being really, really taut. And that's what is best, especially when we're using different wools and different cottons to complete the design. So the first thing they're on, you can see the print, and I've put a piece of organza over the top. And then you'll be able to see the print, and then I'm going to stitch over just with straight stitch over the top, and then I'm going to add the white tulip there. So the first, it's so easy to do, and it is actually very, very relaxing to do. So the first thing, we're just going to do some straight stitches, and we're just going to fill one petal.
Okay.
And then once you've filled another petal, the first petal, we're going to change direction so that you can see all the petals when you've finished stitching. So you're just going to take small stitches all the way over, and you're going to fill in the whole shape.
Ah, I see. By the way, the one-day special already approaching 20% of the stock. If you want yours, please check out your baskets. Incredibly busy for this last one-day special of the year. Yeah, it's a fabulous one.
I've really enjoyed working the design, and the thing is, I think because you've got 6 different designs, you can have lots of fun by just completing one and going on to the next, and that is quite satisfying to look what you've created.
It's a good starter one for somebody who has never done one of your projects. Because
I think so.
Yeah.
I think this particular type of design, because you're working over the surface of the fabric, you're not counting anything, you're just going over and filling in over the surface. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, sometimes it's better that it's not perfect. So you'll just go over the print, and then as you're finishing the thread, you just take a couple of stitches, and that's enough to hold that in place to restart. So at the back, because we're moving across the fabric, it probably won't be all that neat, but it'll be enough to. It won't be lumpy on the card when it's complete. So really, that's the basis of that one. And in your design, you'll get as well, you'll get some sequins, and you'll get some different shapes. And these are going to be added to the border at the side, as well as some felt. Now, this is the same felt that's used for the needle case. You'll get a little bit of felt just to cut a circle and just to create a blue and white design on your fabric. So the idea is, because it's a tulip, you know, like the tulip vases, you can create a complete blue design along that side. So you could be a little bit creative to do that. But you've always got, when you're doing the kit, you've got the instructions, but you've also got the finished card design, so that you can study that, and you can see the direction of the stitches as well.
Absolutely.
So I'm just going to show you one more stitch on that one. So this is called a lazy daisy. All right, so this time I'm going to start the stitch, and I'm just going to turn my work. So I want the thread to go outwards. So I'm going to take the thread, you can just see that there, and I'm going to go back into the same place, and I'm going to bring the thread back out onto the surface, and I'm going to tuck the thread underneath, and that's going to form a loop. And then as you pull that thread through, you've got almost like a chain there, and then you're just going to hold that link in place just with a straight stitch. And I've taken the thread a little bit further away from the loop, just so it's got sort of like an extra stitch on there.
That's just great.
So it's just lovely to do. So you can, I mean, take it step by step. And the thing about the embroidery is you just enjoy it. It's the process of doing it that's actually really lovely. You know, you could be sitting in the lounge just chatting, you know, you can be anywhere and it just takes you to another place, and I think that's quite nice for this type of
and
design.
it's a very portable craft as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's perfect, you know, for going away.
And I was thinking it would be really nice to have a little pouch with your kind of embroidery items. These elements for the cards, we could kind of cut them out and put them in the front of a traveling little case as well, couldn't we?
Absolutely. I mean, the possibilities are endless. I think, you know, I'll just bring this one across. So you've got, when you're working at some of the other designs, if you didn't want to put it into a card, this is the Snowdrop design. Yes. So the Snowdrop here, again, I've got some organza that's been laid down, some lazy daisies, which is what we've just done, rotated, a couple of beads. And then for this one, I just put a magnet inside, and this lives on my fridge. Just as a, you know, just to put it out, yeah, and it's quite nice because we've got magnets in some of the accessory packs, but I think that would be nice as a little gift. So if you didn't want to do it as a card, or you could use the magnet and put that on the fridge as well.
I think that's just stunning. You can see me looking at the monitors that are over there, so I can have a closer look. I think Katrina's work is incredibly detailed and it's beautiful. Inspired by color, inspired by nature, inspired by the beautiful nature of stitching and embroidery. 5-minute queues on the phones. We are really sorry. We are trying to get you as soon as we can, but why not jump ahead to the website if you have got access. Hochanda.com is the easiest and quickest way to order. Now, the one-day special, well, over 20% of the stock has gone, and what you are getting is actually what I think is 3 one-day specials. You are getting the card kit to make 6 beautiful cards. You are getting the amazing spring bulb projects, which is the finished piece is in here. And then finally, and of course you are getting the embroidery hoop as well, and then you are getting the play around kit. Now I'm going to put this one here because I wanted to show you what the play around kit consists of. And many of you will be crafters that have got beautiful stamps, and you're thinking, can I bring the techniques that I have learned through Katrina's beautiful card kits? Yes, you can stamp into here with, you know, fabric ink, or even just something like archival, because you are not going to wash this element. You have got the tweed as well as the cotton. The embroidery cotton, which has got that nice weave in here that makes it the embroidery stand out. Then we have got, of course, the tweed that has been woven especially for Rowandean. So you know that is designed with that lightweightness, but also that perfect embroidery surface. That is your substrate. This is the first layer. But then, of course, you are getting in here, and this is just one part of the one-day special. It's just the amount of stuff you are getting. You are getting organza, you are getting like muslin, you are getting that beautiful satin fabric. You are getting them in beautiful yellow. Imagine the sun. Imagine making sunflowers out of this, approaching a quarter of the stock. You have got metallic threads, you have got yarn in here, you have got embroidery threads. You have got them in all those glorious colors. Not on, I mean, we keep going, and this is just one component out of 3 of the one-day special. Look at the sequins. Of course, elements may vary a little bit. Now, also I need to say that the play around kit and the cards on their own have now sold out. So the only way to get them is with the one-day special. Then you are getting the organza, and it's not a tiny piece. This is quite large pieces in all those beautiful colors. And then you are getting, of course, 2 chenille, 1 chenille needle, and then you are getting the is this an embroidery one? Or?
It's not a bead needle, but it's slightly easier to thread. Yeah, it's a milliner's straw 10, but it's
a thinner
finer
one for the beads. Perfect. So of course we are getting all that, and this is 1/3 of what you are getting. Shall we go and look and then spring bulbs, because it's nice to see exactly what you are getting. Now the spring bulbs, this is the finished piece that you would end up with, and isn't that just glorious? I really think it's amazing. You are getting the printed tweed, so it gives you the lines, and let me show you exactly. You're getting so much that I have to be so careful because there are so many components. Now this is printed. You are getting, of course, the instructions on how to start, how to follow through, how to use it, the different stitches, and then of course you have got even a photo here that tells you exactly where to go. Then we have got the yarn and the beautiful threads, different textures, that beautiful array of greens. This is a spring. This is spring in the thread form. You're getting the beads, the needles as well. You are getting a full bag of beautiful beads and sequins. You will have leftovers, don't you?
Oh, I think so.
Absolutely. Unless you go mad with them.
Yeah, well, that's good. You know, to use as many as you wish.
Absolutely.
But I think you will have probably some left over.
Yeah, and then you have got, of course, just amazing organza pieces here satin. This is the the second part of your one day special, and then the final and third part, well, whichever way you're looking at it, is the set of 6 projects. So in actual fact, you have got 6 projects, the big spring bulbs project, so that's 7, plus a play around which has got 2 substrates. So that means that a minimum, I would say that a minimum of 9 projects, because you have got 6 cards, the spring bulbs, then you have got the this is the cotton, and then the tweed in the play around.
So yeah, so there's a lot.
A minimum of 6, 9 numbers today. And then of course we have got the card kit. By the way, the card kit again has sold out on its own. If you wanted it, the only way to get it is with the one day special. Absolutely stunning here. Right, so we have got them here. You know, if you wanted the one day special, the details are 327940 is your item number, £6 saving. Remember, flex extravaganza means that you can flexify and spread the cost in interest-free payments, 2 of them. Right, and then we have got also very popular for the set of 12 of the skeins of embroidery, different finishes, different colors, assorted. I mean, the contact colors will vary. I mean, this is just to give you an idea of what you are going to get, but you are going to get beads, and you are going to get, of course, sequins and those glorious colors. Now, $9.99 is your price, and 103185 is your item number, and yes, you can flexify it. I love flex extravaganza. Moving on to the Bluebell Glade. This is a bit difficult. Bluebell Glade. I think it's because there is the Bluebell. There's too many L's and B's. All right, Bluebell. No, I can't. Approaching 20% of the stock has already gone. Now, you may be like me and struggle with the pronunciation or say it very well, but you will not struggle to make it because it's absolutely stunning. $9.99 is the price, incredibly affordable price. This could be your first Rowandean project. I would think that for a beginner, $9.99 is you know.
I think it's a lovely. The end result is really good, and actually the fun bit of stitching it is fun too. So it's quite nice as a small, very quick project.
I mean, from that to that, of course, you are getting the organza to create the you know, the field, the gorgeous kind of seagrass in there, seagrass and grass in there, the beautiful threads as well, perfectly ready. I think we spoke about this a while ago, that one of the things, like, I love embroidery, but one of the things that, you know, I don't do it as much is because I don't like to take it out of the skein and so having it like this.
It's all organised, and the threads, it keeps the threads really nice when they're on the card.
Absolutely, and of course you have got the instructions in here. And $9.99 is the price. It could be your first Rowandean, or it could be a kit, or it could be some project that you sent away for a friend to brighten her day, and of course give her something to do in the long winter nights. 849002 is your item number. And a spring this is one is again another one that this is uplifting, looking forward to the spring.
Absolutely, and I think this is probably a little bit of Rowandean, where we've got the inner picture, and then we've got the motif on the edge taking you into the picture. And you also get the hardboard and the mount, yes, card mount here, so you can really, obviously the frame you choose your own, but you've got the mount, the card mount, which really is a lovely weight of card, and actually enhances the design.
It does.
So you've got everything there. You've got
Absolutely.
everything there to complete it.
And I also love the idea that with this project, it's like you were saying, it's very inviting having this element coming out of the frame.
I think so, and it just takes you into the story.
Yeah, it's kind of
it just takes you into that, the crocuses there and the tree. I imagine that to be like in an orchard, an apple orchard, and the few beads there to create the foliage on the tree. You know, you can add French knots in there, which we haven't done yet. We haven't done a French knot.
We are half past then. We haven't done a French knot. Right, I need to tell you to go to the website. We are exceptionally busy on the phone line. So please, if you have got access to the website, Hochanda.com, easiest and quickest way to you know, order here at Hochanda. Right, well, then we have got the Bluebells and wild garlic. This is really stunning pieces. I mean, this could be something that you have got a trio next to each other, don't you? That would be great. That would be really lovely. A whole spring collection there featuring the bluebells and the wild garlic would be great. And you've got the spring. See, that the three together would be lovely. It would be. Now, 20% of the stock has gone. I love the ferns in here, how you have done them so evocative. It is, because they're just beautiful, aren't they? They're just a really sculptural plant, and that's very easy to achieve with straight stitch and fly stitch. Really gorgeous. £13.99. Remember, you can flexify that because it's flextravaganza. So anything about £5, you can flexify it. Interest-free payments, 2 of them. So it makes it much easier. Now, then we have got Bluebells in the Cotswolds. I don't know. I mean, can I have a favorite? Can it be the color? I just adore it. I love that it's such a miniature, but immediately I am into that feel, into that woodlands, and you know, it's just gorgeous. It's the light, isn't it, when you go to through a woodland and it's spring, yes, and it's got and the foliage is very young, so it's bright green. It's really lovely. Whereas yes, you could be just walking through that, but it's so easy stitches to do. I mean, there you've just got a few French knots, some straight stitch, and a little bit of stem stitch we'll show before. And we are getting the card mount as well. Yeah, we put that in just so that you can. It's good to look at it when you're working and you put the mount over your work. You can really see how it's coming along, and then you can use that and obviously get a frame that suits your decor. I'm a little bit, no, mean wouldn't be the word, but I like to take things and kind of spread them out, so I kind of make the most out of my, you know, my investment. Could I use this element here for another project if I wanted to? Absolutely. I mean, so yes, we could make it into even a bigger, because I'm kind of thinking, it's just so stunning, but I kind of see 2 projects, because you are getting the printed organza as well, so you could, oh, I must have had an idea. I never ask you this, I don't think, is if you have got a smaller, like a 3-inch embroidery hoop, could we put the organza as a display? Yes, embroidery hook? Yeah, you could actually work the whole motif there and then put it in a frame as well. But because you need to have that size of fabric so that you can work it in the 5-inch hoop, but there's plenty of space around so that you could add some of your own designs or other. I was thinking it would be so nice to have it in a window, so the light kind of goes through the organza around it. I love that. And this is the thing, it's not with Katrina's Cades. Yes, she gives you a path, but you can deviate a little bit, take a little bit of a creative detour if you wanted to. 270-866 is your item number, £12.95. One of my all-time favorite projects, the needle case here, with the hand-dyed felt. Hand-dyed. And it's just so soft and so gorgeous. And of course you are getting the felt, and of course the elements in here, so you can embroider, and of course you can add those beads. £23.95 is your price, £995,499. And remember, this is a big bundle that you are getting. Right, if you want more organza, we have got the assorted one. I think this is my favorite because you get the full rainbow of greens and yellows and orange, and then you get the red, and then you get the purples and the pinks. This is £10.99, 10 large pieces, 118313. Then we have got the autumn. Again, you are getting beautiful pieces. I would say this is about, 12 inches. Yeah. Oh, I get my inches right. Then, of course, 11 pieces in total, £10.99 is your price, 989,857 is your item number. And then we have got the landscapes here. which is the greens and the blues and of course that brown, so perfect for the woodlands, perfect for also seaside elements as well. £10.99 is your price. 675623 is your item number. Now we have got also accessories kit, which includes those spring-loaded hoops that Katrina likes to use. You are getting the 7-inch and the 5-inch. The 5-inch is the pink one that Katrina was using for the first demonstration. And of course, you are getting those beautiful embroidery scissors there, £15.99. And yes, you can flexify it, even if we are not seeing it live, you can flexify it because it's above £5. Now, Katrina mentioned in the accessory pack, you are getting the chenille needle pebble, the pins and magnets for pin needles. Katrina, are those the magnets that you used in your fridge magnet?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. So you could use them as a fridge magnet, but also as a needle holder.
Yes, I mean, with anything, any threads that you've got left over, you can make a little square, insert the magnet, and then you can rest your needle. Mine's buried in it over there.
Okay. Perfect.
But yeah, but
£10.99 is the price.
Yeah.
741201 is your item number. Then we have got the embroidery hoops displays at 6 inches, 5 inches, and 7 inches, all three for £13.99. Remember, you can flexify it because we are in Flextravaganza. Then we have got the 9-inch bundle, 8 and 7, so I got the wrong number, definitely. 7, 8, oh no, 7, 8, 9 wood displays hoops. Remember, these ones are display hoops, £15.99. And of course, you can flexify it if you wanted, or maybe buy 2 of them and then you kind of just pay for one today and then this. Now, Katrina's book is always very popular. I am the proud owner of the Spanish version, and it's absolutely stunning. It's worth, like, if I can tell you, you know, just get it because it's so packed full of inspiration and step-by-step instructions, and it's just a beautiful book. £17.99 is your price by Search Press, which are an amazing craft company. And then, of course, you may want to add tweed fat quarter. This is a specially woven tweed that, of course, Rowandean gets. So make sure that it's perfect for embroidery. It's soft and it's beautiful quality. 331119 is your item number. Right, with all that, remember Flextravaganza, so you can split the cost on anything above £5. Now, Katrina, you have got about 12 minutes.
Okay, well, I think it's probably time for us to do a couple of French knots here.
Oh yes, definitely.
So I mean, I don't think we've ever done a program without French knots.
No.
I think we just have to do those. So these are the little grape hyacinth. This is on the on a part of the bundle. So these are grape hyacinth, and they're just lovely. They're quite tiny little bulbs. So to work the French knot, you're just going to hold the thread fairly taut, and then you're going to go around once, twice. And as you turn the needle, you're going not into exactly the same place, but almost. So as you push the needle through, you just tighten that, and that just keeps the thread taut around the needle. And so as you pull it through, let it travel in on its own, and it'll twist itself into shape. And there you've got a French knot. And so you're just going to build a small column of French knots. Again, I'm using the 6 strands, but you could take it finer as you go to the top of the bulb. And because it's a shaded thread, you'll get a slight mix of colours, which looks great.
They look so pretty.
So they're just gorgeous. And I think it's the variegated thread. So the magic happens when it just happens. You don't have to think about where to put the thread. It will just happen.
And the variegated thread is included in the one day special.
Yes, yeah. So that's a couple of French knots. So it's very useful to do that, to know that stitch, use it all the time. And then another stitch that I think is lovely to use, and that is where you can use a textured thread. So this one here, this one is hand dyed. So this is a textured yarn that you can place on the surface, so it doesn't go through the fabric. It would be too thick to go through the fabric, but you can pin it into a shape just till it looks interesting. It's got a variegation of the dye, just so that it looks interesting. And then you can take the other thread, and that's going to secure that in place. So you can either make the thread be seen, or you can bury it in the yarn itself. You're just going to take a small, almost like a little stab stitch, every centimetre, slightly less than a centimetre, and that's enough to hold that in place. So you're just going to take a little bit, take your pins out as you go along, and that's going to give you a little bit of texture. And you'll get quite a lot of that in the kit. It'll just be placed in, it's not on the hook, it's just inside the kit, and then you can just take those pins out. When I did it on the actual design, if you look, when you have a look, I've changed it since, because it looked like I'd written 2009 with the thread.
Okay, yeah.
But it's, you just need to twist the thread into shape, and then you can take the pins out, and it's going to hold that in place. And it's just to give a little bit of texture, just to be a little bit different. I quite like that texture where you're mixing the beads and the French knots as well as the straight stitch. I'm just going to fasten that bit off now.
And the thing is, you always try to put a little bit something a little bit different, isn't it?
Well, I think although we're using all the same stitches, I like to have every design that's got another little bit of interest or a challenge in there. Some people will never have used organza before, so you know the easiest way to do that is you're just going to fray the fabric, you're going to distort it, and really just experiment with it. So it's woven, so to get some texture in there, you're just going to work that on the bias, so that's where the stretchy part of the fabric. Yeah. So you just take a little piece of that, and then you're just going to be a little bit mean to it. You're just going to pull it apart like so, just distort until it looks interesting. And then those pieces are going to be placed over the design, just so that to create texture. You will still be able to see your the print, and then that's just how you create a little bit of texture there. Sometimes you'll fray it, sometimes it'll be strips of organza, but I like the idea of fraying that, and just pin it on, and then just you can move your hoop across to the next design and just start working on those. So you know the hoop is good, and the 7-inch hoop we're using for the spring bulb design, so you'll use both. You know, if you've got both of those, you'll be using those for this bundle and getting some great results. So I'll just take a little bit more.
And is it something that we can do over, you know, do we have to do it all in one go, or we can pick it up and leave it?
I think, well, you can pick it up and work on a little bit. But I know what I'm like. Once you start stitching, you just want to keep going. You don't want to put it down. So, you know, there is that little element to it as well. And again, here, this is all that's going to hold the threads in place. I've got a variegated thread, and I'm just going to take those threads, and you can just see the grasses, and that will hold all the organza in place. And because it's a variegated thread, that magic's just there. And then you'll go over the design and add more. So you've got a guide as to what size stitch is best, just with the print. And then you can add more texture with other colours. And then you're going to add blue colours for the tiny little stitches. I'll do one, but it's not actually meant to be in green. It's going to be in the bluebell colour, but you're just going to create a little arrowhead stitch just so that creates the bluebells.
If some of the printed elements are shown, would that be bad?
Well, I mean, I think you would try and cover the print. Okay. I think, I mean, you would probably not really want to see the print. So you work to the outside of the line, and then you will build up the rest of the design. So you won't actually see the organza, the print. Yeah.
And if you saw it, could you always go back and add a little bit more?
Oh, you can always go back, and that's the thing. I think you should sit back and admire what you've done, and just put it in the kitchen, stitch a little bit, and admire it, and just show it off to everybody, and just enjoy it. And that's the whole thing about the whole bundle is really just to enjoy the colours, and you'll create 6 masterpieces.
It is absolutely stunning. Thank you, Katrina, for showing that beautiful, the French knots, the stitches, that organza, how to cut it. Remember that you can catch up on the shows on the website for 60 days. So you can purchase the one-day special knowing that you can catch it up again when you receive it and see those demos time and time again. The one-day special, 30% of the one-day special has already gone. Remember that that is a stock should last 24 hours, and already 30% has gone in not even the first hour finish. Now, remember that the one-day special also is 3 different bundles, all combined into one. They all work together in the sense that they are similar techniques. What you are getting, I think, is phenomenal, because you are getting 6 card projects with the cards and envelopes and the printed tweed, and of course you have got your organza and the thread and the instructions for them. This is one of, you can see in there, you have got the 6 projects there. Then you have got, of course, the play around kit. I think it's phenomenal to get that, because as a crafter you may have patterns, applique patterns for instance. You can bring them into the new world of embroidery by Rowandean. You can learn those techniques. You have got the amazing cotton backing, the embroidery cotton, as well as the tweed. You have got all those beautiful fibers to play with it, the organza, the chenille needle, as well as the, well, I would say bead needle, which is the really nice and fine for the sea beads. And then finally you have got the spring bulbs in here with those gorgeous beautiful threads in here, the embroidery display hoop as well, so you can display it perfectly once you finish it. Now these 3 projects constitute, well, no, 3 projects, no, actually a minimum of 9 projects that you can achieve, and you can achieve more, I'm sure you can. Now £47.85 with a saving of £6, brand new today with the beautiful vibrant colors of a spring. 327940 is your item number. And I believe Katrina is ready for another demo.
We're going to have a look at the bulbs on this design. Yes. So this is the second part. So we've got here the design printed on again, and I'm using the 7-inch hoop this time, and I just want to show you, really, it's so lovely to do. I've got some lines on here so I can get the right size of stitch. Once you've got one of the sets, you start in this sort of horizon area. You're just going to build up some straight stitches, and you're just going to, more or less the stitches are about a centimetre, maybe 1.5 centimetres, and you're going to build up straight stitches to create really the colours in this design. So this is where the grasses are. We've got some metallic threads, we've got some woolly threads, and I'm using this one double. I wanted it to be quite textured, so this is a lovely, fairly quick design, and you're almost going to blend the colours together and create. You see how quickly that colour is changing, and you'll cover the whole of the surface with straight stitches. So we're almost going from bright greens down to some quite dark greens in the foreground.
That's good.
So you're going to go over the surface, and you see the flashes of other colours there, which are really, really lovely. And I'm just going to work up to, so stop your thread about 5 centimetres, and then fasten off and get another piece. So that one there, you can see all the colours appearing, and then I'm going to show you some lazy daisies. So again, fastening off is really, really easy to do.
So easy and quick. So
easy, and I think this is the one we did on the first design. It's really lovely to do. So you can be as bold as you like with these colours. I mean, if you look at the colours in this, we've got variegated shades of purple, some bright purple, some dark purple. So all the crocuses in this area are made with these colours, and you can really fill the whole of that shape. And then you're going to add some beads, and I'll just show you the beads. Okay. So you'll get some of the beads will be sequins, and they're going to go
look at that.
in there. So they'll just be really, really bright and zingy. You'll get some other beads as well that you can just, all that you do is you take your bead thread and you just take and catch one of the beads, put it in a little container, thread that onto the needle, and then you're just going to take one stitch and then you're going to move on to the next one. So each time you're just going to catch a little bead, and you can add as many of those as you wish.
These are gorgeous. Well, we have got seconds to go, Katrina. It's been a pleasure. You will be back. Well, we will have an 8 p.m. another look at the One Day Special, or the same look, actually, I should say. But then at 8 a.m., of course, Katrina will be back live. So do stay tuned for more inspiration. After the break, of course, Yanis is with amazing savings as well. Katrina, we will see you live tomorrow morning.
Yes, lovely. Thank you.
Indeed. And of course, but we will have another look at the One Day Special at 8 p.m. So stay tuned, more inspiration, more crafting goodies and amazing prizes. Do not forget to check out those baskets. The One Day Special is absolutely stunning. You will love it. I'll see you in a bit.